I know that ain't who I think it is.
You know, this revolution is filled with so many ironies, really. First, you tell us that it is manly to keep your word, right? If you are a man, you keep your word. And now all of the black people in this country are demanding, and even the black people in the whole world are demanding, is that you keep your word. You told us we were free. Well, then show us that we're free. You told us that there is justice, equality for all in this country. Well, then stick to your word and let us see the justice and equality for all. Or else admit to us that you're not a man, you're a bird, you're afraid of us, you're afraid to give us equal stand. You're afraid that if you give us equal ground, that we will match you and we will override you.
can kill all the black folks you want, baby, but you will not kill the freedom of black folks. It's coming. We're going to get it. We fought every one of your damn lousy wars, baby, and you give us nothing. Now, the war is going to be here, but we're going to be free. Now, you kill you want to, but we kill too.
About to see you a little early, but you went home. I know that ain't who I think it is.
I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm gonna do something that's only gonna benefit black people. No.
And we don't expect her to. What's good, fam? It's about 9:37. I got in here under the 10-minute mark. I know I've been late or actually absentee. So had a couple scheduled streams, but you know, life just keeps happening, which is a good thing. I'd rather life to keep happening than to have death happen. So, you know, I'm trying to get my levels right. Let me get Kamala back in here and see if I can get my levels right.
I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm gonna do something that's only gonna benefit black people. No.
Yeah, okay, I got her. And then, let me get a little Bueller.
Bueller.
Yeah.
Bueller.
All right.
Bueller. Bueller.
He's sick.
So that was appropriate because I'm going to be talking about schools a lot. So this, I won't be talking about Ferris Bueller tonight, but I will be talking about schools tonight. I'll be talking about Ann Arbor Public Schools, Ypsilanti Community Schools, and just schools in general. Schools in general, things that kind of go on, but I'm going to keep it in the village tonight as much as I can. If we venture outside of the state of Michigan, don't blame me. It'll be all within the context of what I'm talking about. So anybody that checks this cast out, please hit the like button. I sent the shares out a little differently the way I sent them out. Normally, I sent more shares out, obviously promoting the YouTube channel, The Villager on Deck, which most of y'all still have not subscribed to. I get it. You haven't subscribed to it, but you subscribe to Professor Black Truth, and you've subscribed to the Black Authority, and you've subscribed to Tariq Nasheed, and you've subscribed to Terrain. I get it. I get why y'all subscribe to all them motherfuckers, but they're not where you are. So anybody that's in my area and they're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, but they're subscribed to those motherfuckers, I would like you to just never watch me again. I never want you to listen to anything I have to say, because your lack of support just continues to fuel me and to let me know you would rather try to listen to celebrity babble, Pan-Africanist babble, do good for nothing babble. I get it, because that's exciting. And I'm not saying that those people don't always tell the truth. I mean, the Professor Black Truth, he's got to tell the truth, right? But he tells the truth in his way. It's not always the truth. He tells it the PBT way. The Black Authority, same thing. Tariq Nasheed, we're not even going to get into him tonight. Whether his name is Marcus Thomas, Marcus Sanders, Tariq Nasheed, I don't even care. He's pretty much been rendered what he's going to be rendered to. And anybody that's still following the FBA moniker, okay, y'all can do that. Just don't get in nobody else's way. Don't get in no American Freedman way. Okay, be FBA all you want. I get it. As long as y'all throw y'all salute to Dr. Claude, because that's where the name came from, and Tariq grifted the name from Dr. Claude and made y'all believe it was something that it wasn't. Hey, y'all do what y'all need to do, and keep clubbing and keep doing your thing in the hidden museum. I get it. So where I'm at tonight, though, this is about the do somethings and the do nothings. This whole stream is about the do somethings and the do nothings. And we've got a lot of that going on in the village. In the village of Washtenaw County, we've got a lot of that going on. Hell, we got a lot of it going on in the state of Michigan, but we're going to keep it in Washtenaw County as much as we can tonight. So with that being said, I just don't know what's on the mind of our people when our kids get abused in these schools and we don't stand up for them. I mean, I see parents all the time stand up for their kids when they're in athletics. I see parents all the time stand up for their kids when they do something, grandiose, where they want to take all the pictures and get all the likes and all the loves and all the comments. But when it's just talking about bringing folks together, even if it's not your kid, you got to come together for the collective, because that's when you're doing something, when you're doing work for the collective. But when you're just doing things on a singular level, if you're just trying to look out for you and yours, I get it. But when something happens to you and yours, don't look for the collective to come back and help you. Just don't do it. If you're not here for the village, don't look for the village to be here for you. I hear this all the time. It takes a village. Well, where the fuck is the village right now? Where is the village right now? We had this child called a nigger repeatedly by a substitute teacher, formerly a full-time teacher, but she was a substitute teacher, and I don't know the status of her. I heard she's gone. I don't know yet. I hope she doesn't line up on nobody else's roster as far as teaching in Ann Arbor Public Schools. I would hope that they would at least see their way her out of the district. Don't let her go over to Ypsi. Because Ypsi actually might hire her. Knowing Ypsi, knowing the way YCS is right now, they may just hire somebody like that. She could have that on her resume, documented, and they still might hire, because that's just where YCS is right now. Y'all remember when I was going here? I was here for a minute. I was on YCS. I had to alter the logo a little bit because I really had to ask what the fuck was going on at YCS. I had to ask, and I've asked several times. From what I know right now, up to this minute, Crystal Harding still has not been reinstated. She still has not been reinstated. What does anybody have to say about that? Is anybody saying anything about that? They wouldn't allow the public to speak last night. No public commentary to support Crystal Harding last night. They done got fed up with all the Crystal Harding supporters. They don't know what to say. They have no type of rebuttal to anything that anybody's saying. All they're saying that there's an investigation going on. An investigation of what? It's all I'm asking. What are you investigating? Because there really is no investigation going on. Who's investigating? Pink Panther? Who's investigating? I mean, if they got Inspector Clouseau on the job, that's probably who they got on the job. Columbo, who they got on the job? They ain't got nobody that's going to really get any results because there's no results to get. Crystal Harding hasn't done anything but irritate do-nothings. See, you got to do something, and then you got the do-nothings. The do something did something, and the do-nothings, this is what they did. This was their reaction. She brought light to systems that were going bad in the school, been bad in the school. Kids are being affected on a daily basis. She brought that to light, so then she's being punished. Oh, I'm sorry, non-disciplinary suspension, because she's getting her check. They actually told her that. Don't worry, you'll get your money. As if the money is the issue here. As if the money is the issue. Not her being ripped out of her class, not her being taken away from her students that she's led for 4 years, not her being able to see the seniors out, not her being a part of the end of the school activities, not her being a part of the end of the school year concert that was actually canceled. The concert was canceled. So now we know what we know. They're also not only penalizing Crystal Harding, they're penalizing the students. They're penalizing the parents. They're penalizing the other educators in the school who support Crystal Harding, who have kids that they know they wouldn't have had in their class had they not had Crystal Harding having them in her class. Where we are is in a bad way in YCS. The superintendent lies, all lies. And the rest of the school board has pretty much remained quiet, which is scary too, because has she put them in fear like she put the teachers in fear? Told the teachers they couldn't support publicly nothing of Crystal Harding, didn't want, or they would receive the same. Students were threatened. They got everybody running around scared in Ipsy. Superintendent has got like Debo tactics. Don't nobody say nothing in Ipsy right now. Nothing. And from what I know of her, her problem is personal with Crystal Harding. Has nothing to do with business. It's a personal situation. So if they went on and spent money on an investigator and the investigator comes up with nothing, she needs to be recalled immediately. If this investigation brings absolutely nothing to light, she needs to be let go immediately. You don't need a do-nothing superintendent that takes do-something teachers and puts them on the bench. We've got that going on in Ipsy. Substandard school buildings, substandard teachers. We got a substandard superintendent. And as far as I'm concerned, the school board is substandard too, because they standing down. They ain't saying nothing. How do you stand down on this? She's been in the school system since 87. What's good, Free? What's good, Kai Stone? A teacher that's been in the system since 87, and she has no infractions that would actually check into the integrity of the position, but you put her on the bench. You tell her she's been a problem for some time, but you ain't even been in the school system half the time that she's been an educator. Maybe you're the problem. Let's go back and get some of them other superintendents. Did they have a problem with her before? Let's go back and get some of those other principals. Did they have a problem with her before? Let's go back and get some of those other educators. Did they have a problem with her before? The only person it seems like that has a problem with her is the superintendent. It's going to be fire tonight. And if you get caught in the line of it, God bless you. They absolutely care nothing about the kids. They can't care about the kids. They can't care about the future. They can't care about the well-being of the school. If you know the problems and you're not seeking out to fix the problem, but you still collecting your check in good conscience, you got to go. You got to go. Because you're doing nothing. And we need folks that are going to do something. And it's just so surprising that there's so little support in YCS community. Where are all the black parents at? I'm not even calling out the white parents because there've been white parents out there. White parents been out there 2-1. That's the crazy thing. White folks been out there 2-1. Black MC parents need to be ashamed of themselves. If y'all was having a problem with a sports coach, y'all be all up on YouTube, all up on Facebook. But that music program would take your kid much further than athletics ever will. You know the likelihood of your kid going through school, getting a scholarship, going pro? It's not as likely as if they got a music scholarship, had somebody pay for them to go sing somewhere, to go play an instrument somewhere for free and be educated at the same time. Get y'all heads out y'all asses. Because people coming for your spots. I left a post today. I went by 4 construction sites in this county, 4 construction sites. Not one American freedman on deck. Not one. But they had a show. That show had a lot of the Spanish-speaking variety up in that motherfucker. All of them. All of them. They out there getting good tans. Where the black folks at? I got people coming at me, asking me about. I don't even know if the thing really happened. Appreciate that like, and the ones that are gonna be coming. We need them likes because them likes is just as important as the views because they get that algorithm stretched your way. Get that digital footprint in there. I don't even care if you're just scrolling. Hit like and keep on moving. Don't even listen. The video's too long, Shannon. The video's too long. Your videos be too long. But y'all sit and watch The Black Authority for 3 hours. Y'all sit and watch Tariq for 2 hours. Y'all sit and watch Professor Black Truth. You watch 18 of his 10-minute video. Get the fuck out of here. Your video's too long. No. Your mind stays too short. I know I talk fast, but you can't think slow. You can't think slow. You got to think as fast as I'm talking. Parents aren't parenting anymore. Absolutely not. Parents ain't parenting. There needs to be another name for today's parents. Legal name that. Absolutely. Yeah, we need to get it changed. We need to get it changed. I mean, I think this is why I say there's a difference between a father and a daddy. There's a difference between a mother and a mama. There's a difference. Just like there's a difference between a parent and somebody who's just there, who just exists, the adult in the house. The adult in the house by legal standards, because an adult really parents. What y'all doing out here ain't parenting. Y'all not parenting. So anybody checking in from the Villager on Deck YouTube channel. I appreciate you. I know there's not many of you, but if you in there on the YouTube channel and you don't feel like jumping in the chat, that's no problem. Just subscribe, just like, and share this damn video because you need to share videos like this. Y'all share all that other silly shit because you send it to me too. I have to tell people, I'm not really into that. I don't really want to watch that. I don't really want, that's not something, it's not on my radar. I don't watch a lot of that goofy shit. Now, if I get in a certain mood, I might. But most of the time, I don't need to see. We got too much serious stuff going on. What's going on in Ipsy is incredulous. But I ain't here just kicking Ipsy in the ass tonight. We on Ann Arbor Public Schools ass too. Yeah. Had to do a little updating. We had to do a little updating. Ann Arbor Public Schools, what the fuck? What's really going on in AAPS? What's really going on? How come ain't nobody talking? I realize, the black folks that work for AAPS, I realize y'all got to hold on to your jobs. We need y'all to stay in the paint, but there's still ways for y'all to be able to advocate. Y'all have networks. Get y'all networks on social media. It ain't got to be directly y'all, but y'all ain't even letting people know. So when I find my information out, I find it out in such dark spaces. People be wondering where I get it from. I ain't never gonna drop no resource names. Come on now. But when I drop it, it's valid. There ain't nothing and nobody could ever call me on it. School systems, teachers, anything. They'd have had me a long time ago. They'd have hit me with some cease and desist a long time ago. No, I'm actual factuals. And when I find stuff out about things that are going on inside the system, behind the scenes, I'm going to bring that out too. I couldn't believe not one pastor. I mean, where the clergy at on this? You got a black kid getting called nigga, all up and down the hallways of a middle school in Ann Arbor, and not one black pastor in Washtenaw County came to this family's defense. Where the NAACP at? Where are y'all pseudo black power groups at? How come nobody stood up for this family? How come nobody stood up for this child? Because y'all don't give a shit about the future anyway. Y'all get y'all a few ARPA funds and shit, help y'all little nonprofits out and shit, and y'all keep it moving. And stay quiet so you don't mess up your relationship with the board of commissioners and the city councilors and the mayors and the township supervisors. Fuck all y'all. How about that? Fuck all y'all. Tired of y'all bootlicks. Y'all ain't got enough to be bootlicks. You supposed to get up to that bourgeoisie status before you start bootlicking. Y'all bootlicking broke. Y'all hustling backwards. Y'all voting, getting no legislation, getting no policy. Just vote blue no matter who, jigaboo. The fuck is wrong with y'all? Not one public voice out there has said anything about the situation over at Slauson. Not one. Oh yeah, there is one. Me, the villager on deck. But y'all want to talk about all that other goofy shit out there, don't you? Nothing of substance. Just talk about goofy shit. There was one good thing. I heard about the concert over the weekend in Ypsilanti. Heard there were no incidents out there. That's a good thing for Ipsy. To put on an event, have no incidents out there, especially of the hip-hop variety. It was cannabis related, and it was a hip-hop concert, and there was no problems out there. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. It would have been good to see a few more black folks make some money out there, but the industry is not really made for black folks. They done set the cannabis industry up in Michigan for black folks to be consumers, not owners. Remember Huron View? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. But I ain't saying that somebody's fault about Here on View. I'm just letting you know what happened with Here on View, if y'all don't know. And if you don't know, now you know. Absolutely. I don't understand how these people can even with good conscience take a paycheck from that monster school district and turn the other cheek. They turn the other cheek because they don't give a shit. They don't care. This is a gravy train in Washtenaw County for people to work at. It's a gravy train. They know it. You got low visibility, low accountability, low expectations, high salary. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Y'all better hope I start getting back up on here every day. Get on here more, because if I get on here more, then maybe I won't be so fiery when I get on here. Maybe.
I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people. No.
Yeah, we know what's going to happen. We know what's going to happen. Y'all sitting on your hands, voting for your own erasure, advocating for your own erasure, and now you're not even supporting Black educators that are in the paint doing the work. And you done all forgot about the kids. I mean, the kids are actually the most important thing here. I'll even put the kids above the actual educators, but y'all don't care about them either. This kid was repeatedly called nigger in public. Where are the grief counseling and things like that? You know, the kids heard this. How come I didn't bring the counselors in? Supposed to be some pastors coming in there, laying hands on people, talking to people, counseling people. Where are the spiritual guidance counselors? Nobody, nowhere, no how, nothing. Y'all ain't doing shit but fucking up the future. Nothing. And I realize that you have to protect yourselves, but you've got to be resourceful enough to, if you pissed off at something, put it in the atmosphere, third party. You got people that don't work for Ann Arbor Public Schools. You got people that don't have jobs where if they say stuff on social media, it's not going to affect their employment. Say something, do something. I mean, this kid's going to walk up out of school this year, go through the whole summer, come back in, and ain't nobody wrapped their arms around him and his mama. And I'm still asking, where's his daddy? Where is his daddy at? You call my son nigger in the school? We got to talk. We got to talk. I'm showing up. Even if I'm absentee, I'm going to show up that day. I might not show up for parent-teacher conferences. I get it. I might not show up for capsule night. I get it. I might not show up for most of their activities. I get it. Call my kid a nigger. I'm at the door. I'm at the door. Open up. But we're not getting none of that. We're not getting none of that. And I would like to think that this was not just an oversight, but it's had to be more than an oversight. Had to be more than an oversight. There was no district-wide email that was sent out by the superintendent on this issue. No, there was not. No, there was not. But there was a district-wide email that was sent out regarding some anti-Semitic issues in the schools. A whole long, ambiguous letter. A long one. But it was too late by then, because the American Jewish community had got together. See what happens, and something happens to one of their kids, this how they come out. This how they show up. You do something to an American Jewish kid, this is how they show up. It's pull-up time. They pulling up on ya. I'm telling you, it doesn't even make sense how there's absolutely been no voice on this. Have we become so desensitized when we do get called nigga by white folks that we just don't say nothing no more? Y'all get on me all the time about using the word, but if a white person say y'all don't say shit. Why you use that word all the time? Why you use that word like that all the time? Why don't you ask that substitute teacher why she used that word like that repeatedly that day? How come y'all didn't ask her that? How come nobody asked her? Nobody said nothing to her. Y'all scared? She should have had a whole bunch of emails. She should have had a whole bunch of emails the day she said they should have filled her email box up. But I bet you they didn't. I bet you they didn't. They didn't fill her email box up. Nah, they didn't do that. Kathy Spies. Ain't that her name? Kathy Spies? Kathy Spies? S-P-I-E-S-S. That's her name. That's the teacher who likes to call kids nigger at school. Well, she did, at least in our public school. I don't know where she's going to go now. I don't know why she was even back in the paint. She had retired. Why'd she come back? They should take her retirement. Her retirement should be gone. That's ethnic intimidation. That's a hate crime. And somebody's got to pay. Redirect that pension to that family. I never thought that I would see the time when Ann Arbor Public School and Ypsilanti Community School, it used to be Ypsilanti Public School, but it's Ypsilanti Community School, would be so spineless from an administrative standpoint. I've never seen it before. This is why everybody beating our ass around here. All these other small school districts, they killing us now. Saline been killing us and stuff. Chelsea, Dexter, Manchester, Whitmore Lake, all of them, they all killing us. All across the board, from academics, athletics, to arts, skilled trades. They got skilled trades program. These kids out here building houses and building farms and putting up all kinds of shit. Our kids getting called nigger. There's kids out here slinging ethnic slurs towards American Jewish kids. Just for sport. Just for sport. But them rabbis got AAPS's ass. They banding up. They ain't letting nobody talk about theirs like that. They ain't letting nobody talk about theirs like that. Let me see. I want to see if I can do something here. Hold on one quick second. One quick second. Because I might be able to actually, I'm gonna show you the letter. I'm gonna show you the letter that the rabbis sent to their collective. Absolutely. Oh yeah. This was very interesting to me that this came out the way it did. And it's a long letter. They put it all in perspective. They put it all in perspective. Make sure I got this right. I'm tripping. When I saw that, I was like, whoa. And I'm trying to actually get in contact with one of the rabbis. I'm trying to get in contact with one of the rabbis. I want to know what the plan of action is, because there's going to be a plan of action. They about to do something. They're not going to let what happened here just slide on by the way black folks let what happened at Slauson slide on by. That's not what they're going to do. I can tell you that right now. They're not going to let this slide by. I'm trying to get a big enough font so y'all can see it clearly. Is that big? Oh, that might be too big. Let's see. I will get a screen share here. I'm gonna bring up the letter that the American Jewish family, well, the rabbis sent to the American Jewish families. Don't be asking me how I got the letter. It's not even important how I got the letter. Just the fact that somebody sent me the letter. Yeah, send it to me. I'm not an American Jewish person, so I shouldn't have received the letter, but I got it. Didn't ask for it, received it. Didn't look for it, received it. All right. One quick second. Got that shared up there. Feel like I've been on here a long time, but it's only been 35 minutes. Is that right? 35 minutes, 36 minutes? Maybe I'm talking fast. I don't know. Let's take that comment down. Can y'all see that? Is that? Can you read that? Hopefully you can read that. Hopefully that is clear enough to read. What you said there, Free? If the roles were reversed and skin colors were reversed, disciplinary actions would have been swift and to the point. No arguments. Oh, a black woman calling let's say an American Jewish kid an anti-Semitic slur. They'd have walked her up out the building. They would have killed her access. Her card would have just not worked anymore. They wouldn't even ask for her card key. Her card key wouldn't have just worked no more. Honors, Kai Stone, I appreciate you on that. Thank you. So yeah, this is the letter that the rabbis sent to their families. They sent it within their collective. They circling their wagons on this shit. They sent this to their collective. Dear members and friends, members of the American Jewish community. Last Friday, parents of students across Ann Arbor Public Schools District received an email from Superintendent Swift acknowledging and condemning incidents of anti-Semitism. The email left many wondering what prompted it. Remember, I told you the email was ambiguous at best. It was almost like she just felt like putting a template out there to remind folks not to be anti-Semitic. It really didn't mean anything. It didn't have any teeth to it. You didn't understand what was going on. And the crazy thing was, this happened after the black kid got called nigger, where there had been no district-wide email, ambiguous or not. But she sent this out. She sent an email out letting everybody know the anti-Semitism would not be tolerated within the Ann Arbor Public School system. But she never sent an email out talking about we can't call black kids nigger in the Ann Arbor Public School system. Never said nothing. Shame on you, Janice Swift. Shame on you. The email left many wondering what prompted it. We are writing to you to answer this question and to let you know what actions we are taking. See, they taking actions. They take actions for theirs. Where the NAACP at? I say the NAACP because, you know, that's supposed to be the black collective that protects black folks. Where they at? I know their agenda really ain't colored people no more. Might be people of color, but they're not colored people no more. They fucking with immigration. They fucking with the LGBTs. They fucking with black girl magic. They fucking with the Me Too movements. They still be like Black Lives Matter, since we know what really Black Lives Matter was, since we know that Black Lives Matter helped them get $100 million. Black Lives Matter just existing helped the NAACP get at least $100 million. But they're not advocating for black folks. They're not advocating for black children. They're not advocating for kids getting called nigger in an Ann Arbor public school system. Shame on you. I don't know who the president of the local NAACP is, but fuck him too. 2 separate incidents involving anti-Semitic hate speech occurred at different Ann Arbor public schools within a short time frame, thus rising to the threshold of a district-wide statement. In one incident, a middle school student was the target of anti-Semitic texts from others in her friend group. See, this was her friends. This was her friends that turned on us. So that means what? Those really aren't her friends. They can't be her friends if they slandering and slurring with anti-Semitic fare. Those aren't her friends. Those are people she was associated with. Those are people that she identified for some reason with. But those weren't her friends. It was a text group, but it wasn't her friends. In another incident, a high school student was harassed using slurs about Jews and money. See, these some po white trash ass people. They mad about some American Jewish people with some opulence. That's all that is. We know it ain't black people. We know it ain't people from other ethnicities. We know who does shit like this. The race soldiers in training. How does any of this stuff come out? You talking about Jews and money and you in school when somebody else is paying your way? And if you broke, you probably a state baby. But don't blame the American Jewish kid for not being a state baby. You fucked up your 400-year head start, or your mama did, or your grandmama did, or your great-grandmama did. Y'all fucked up y'all 400-year head start. Don't blame them. Don't blame American Jewish people because y'all fucked up a 400-year head start. Then subjected to online memes, short videos popular in Nazi propaganda. Yeah, race soldiers. Race soldiers right here in Ann Arbor Public Schools. The melting pot. The most diverse city in the country at one time. Following the student's bravery in reporting it, she became the target of a social media campaign among other students blaming her for the perpetrator's suspension. So now they're going to call her a snitch. Baby, you didn't snitch, okay? You didn't snitch. That's not snitching. That's standing up for yourself and getting the miscreants out the paint. That's okay. Don't worry about that. You did what you were supposed to do. You did what you were supposed to do. No. She is not. The superintendent is not. And she doesn't have a freedman conscience to advocate for freedmen. See, what happened was, I'm not sure exactly who really gave Janice Swift history on Ann Arbor when she got here, or Washtenaw County, but they gave her that glossed over, happy-go-lucky Ann Arbor. They didn't give her the depths of where Ann Arbor's been. She's seen this whitewashed Ann Arbor. See, she really doesn't know black folks really fucked around heavy in Ann Arbor at one time. She hasn't seen the decline in population, has seen black folks get priced out the game, seen black families leave the school system for one reason or another. She's seen, I'm sure at this point, a lot of elevation in black educators, even to administrative levels, school principals and whatnot. But where they at on this? I don't care how high they lift you. If you can't reach back to the people who helped elevate you, fuck you. Period. That's where we are with it. There's no more second chances. As rabbis who live in 2023 and as parents of school-age children in AAPS, we are not surprised. We have been involved in addressing other incidents both this year and in recent years at schools across AAPS and in private schools in Ann Arbor. Complicating matters, we live in a time in which attributions of Jewish privilege, criticism of the Israeli government, and ignorance of the history and roots of anti-Semitism may leave teachers, bystanders, students, and administrators unsure how to react. Start suspending all their asses. Long suspension, not no 3-day, not no in-house. Send their ass out for a marking period. Start putting real punishments on these kids. If you don't take care of them now, they are going to terrorize people at other levels because they're going to go off to PWIs and they'll become race soldiers on PWIs campuses. No, you get their ass straight. And if they do something to the point where it's so harsh where they catch criminal convictions, so be it. There's always community college. But I was going to Princeton. There's always community college. But I was going to Yale. There's always community college. But I was going to Berkeley. There's always community college. And if you fuck up to where community college don't want you, there's always work at the post office. We have noticed that such incidents are often addressed as interpersonal behavior issues, so that involve investigation and student penalty, while failing to address the social consciousness of hate speech. So this is where they started standing up. They came in really kind of politically correct. What concerns us is not just the many cases we are aware of, but the many cases in which students don't even report their harassment to an adult, fearing social retribution and a lack of faith in how the situation will be handled. Because there's many kids that don't speak up, flat out. There's many kids that don't speak up. There's many American Jewish kids that don't speak up. There's many Black American kids that don't speak up. There's many kids of other ethnicities that don't speak up because they know y'all ain't gonna do shit. Y'all administrations aren't gonna do nothing. Y'all want to put them in group sessions and see if y'all can talk it out. This ain't time for kumbaya. It's time to kick some ass. We are grateful to Dr. Swift for naming the hate speech as such and for having the courage to send out a district-wide communication that properly understands hate speech as a violence that undermines a entire school community. Yeah, she did that for y'all. Congratulations to the Jewish American community in Washtenaw County. And I know I flip back and forth and say American Jewish community and Jewish American community, same thing to me. It's just the way it comes out of my mind. You know what I'm saying? In my mind. So they got what they were supposed to get. They got acknowledgement. They got an apology. It was recognized. How come the kid from Slauson School was not recognized? Why did they try to sweep that up under the rug? Why has that not been brought out? MLive reported on it. It was on the news. Why was it not worth Dr. Swift putting out a district-wide communication statement about the detrimental behavior of Kathy Spies, whatever her name is? It's not even important that I pronounce her name correctly, but it is spelled S-P-I-E-S-S. Given that we are realistic in understanding that anti-Semitic incidents will continue, we are advising the Ann Arbor Public School District to consider the following recommendations. They not waiting for y'all to put down no rules. They letting you know this is what they looking for. This is how a collective acts. This is how a collective responds. You don't sit back and wait and let them tell you what they're going to do. No, you put it out there what you want them to do. We are advising the Ann Arbor Public School District to consider the following recommendations as they prepare their next step plan for the 23-24 school year. They letting you know, don't open the doors back without taking these recommendations. Establish a hotline, not going to happen. For reporting hate speech incidents, not going to happen. Who's going to man that? Who's going to man that? Washtenaw County Community Mental Health is referring people to other agencies. Washtenaw County Community, if you have not read the Ann Arbor Independent article about Washtenaw County Community Health, you need to. You call the Washtenaw County Community Health Line, they'll put you on hold. They'll put you on hold. Hey, I got a crisis. Hold, please. Hey, I need to talk to somebody. Can you call back? Washtenaw County Community Health is fucked up. But they got a big bag. They got a big bag. Why shouldn't they be able to take care of people better than they taking care of people? Ain't nobody talking. Ain't nobody saying nothing. How come ain't nobody saying nothing? Nobody's saying anything about Washtenaw County Community Health being in the shambles that it's in. Everybody just church mouse quiet.
Bueller.
Huh?
Bueller.
Come again.
Bueller. Bueller.
He's sick.
Yeah. He's sick. So you're not going to get a hotline, guaranteed, for reporting hate-based incidents, including but not limited to those that are anti-Semitic, racist, ableist, anti-LGBTQ, etc. So they did include everybody. They got everybody in on that. They looking out for theirs first, but they also looking out for the collective. They know we all got to live here together, right? We all got to live together. Develop and provide all administrators with guidance establishing that hate speech incidents go beyond individual interpersonal behavior because they cause harm to everyone in the school, from the bystander students to who witnessed it, to all the students, their parents, and the community members who learn of it. It's a trickle-down effect. It's a trickle-down effect. Acknowledge in public statements why the hate speech is wrong and name the harm it causes. They want specificity. I like that. They don't want any ambiguity. They want specificity. In the specific cases of anti-Semitism, public communications should state that anti-Semitic symbols and speech trigger the deepest vulnerabilities and traumas in a community that has too long suffered persecution, violence, scapegoating, and baseless conspiracy accusations. This sounds like some shit that happens to black folks. You're talking about some long suffering persecution, violence, scapegoating, and baseless conspiracy accusations. This sounds like black folks. Y'all know I'm always going to come from a freedman's perspective. I'm always going to come with the freedman conscience. They send the message that Jews are neither welcome nor safe in our school communities. Sounds like black folks. Require that hate speech incidents are followed by education in the classroom. They're like, look, stop all activities. This happened. We need to address it now in the classroom. All students are impacted. They are often led to take sides when they do not even understand the history, the meaning, and the effect of the hate speech. Oh, they understand it, but ain't nobody really breaking it down. But the rabbis are like, this is what we want. This is what you can do for us. We appreciate the apology, but fuck all that. This is what you can do for us. Each incident is an opportunity to educate and heal, knowing that many teachers themselves have not been educated about the history of anti-Semitism. We rabbis make ourselves available as an immediate resource, as well as effective materials from the ADL. In addition to these recommendations to the school district, the Jewish Community Relations Committee, the JCRC of the Jewish Federation of Greater Ann Arbor, is mobilizing in the following ways. Mobilizing. Circling their wagons. They putting it together for theirs. No black preachers. No black groups, no Masons, no Elks, no educators, No parents group. Y'all got all these mama groups and all these daddy groups on social media. How come y'all ain't banded up in Washington County? Y'all put a whole bunch of goofy shit on y'all pages on social media. How come ain't nobody banding up around this family? How come nobody didn't seek that mama out? How come nobody didn't seek that child out? Just as individuals. I'm not saying get all organized and gangster with it like the Jewish people are. A parental advisory group is being formed to give Jewish parents a voice in school issues that impact their children as Jews. Work with the school administration on these issues, particularly anti-Semitism. I'm telling you, yeah, they included everybody else, but they stand in theirs shit out first. Black people don't put their shit out first. They put people of color first. NAACP don't put colored people first. They put POC first. They put BIPOC first. They put immigrants first. Hell, they put illegals first. And ensure that these issues will be included in the district discussions about DEI curriculum and scheduling. Yeah. A committee is being developed to provide opportunities for Jewish community members to learn about and respond to anti-Semitism. They're going to show them how to align themselves strategically and then come at AAPS and then come at people in the community. Somebody going to get convicted of a hate crime about anti-Semitism in the next 3 years. Guaranteed. They got anti-Semitism hate crime bills and shit like that. Black people are the only ones that don't have no protection on a federal level, on a local level. We're the only ones. You can call us nigga in the school halls and ain't nobody saying shit. Programs may include bystander training, learning to identify anti-Semitic tropes, and the impact of social media on the perpetuation of hate speech. Programs for teens are a top priority of this committee. You know why? Because those teens are going to go off to universities, and they don't want their teens being emotionally damaged. They're protecting their teens as they go into their adult life. How come we not protecting our teens as they go into high school? This kid was in junior high school. Now he's about to go live through high school. And he's not protected. Nobody's looking out for him and his family. In collaboration with community rabbis, a clear process for addressing issues related to anti-Semitism in the schools will be developed. All who are interested in being involved with these efforts may contact Mackenzie Katz, Community Relations Manager at Mackenzie at JewishAnnArbor.org. We are grateful to Mackenzie and the Federation Executive Director Eileen Freed for developing these resources, and we look forward to working actively with them to support these efforts. They naming names. They putting people in positions to do something. To do something. Yeah, you got these do somethings and these do nothings. The do somethings and the do nothings. Who you think gonna win here? We wish to make it clear as we, as your rabbis, are here for you. If incidents and concerns come up, we will listen, help heal, keep confidentiality when requested, and hearken to public action when permitted. Hearken. Yeah, hearken. If a teacher in any school is willing to have us come in and help educate about Judaism, the Holocaust, or anti-Semitism proactively, or following, I think that was supposed to be incidents, we welcome that opportunity. Our emails are below. In the words of the sage Hillel, if I am not for me, who will be for me? If I am not for me, who will be for me? But when I am for myself alone, what am I? And if not now, then when? They quote in a scripture. They mean business. They not letting this ride. We stand together for ourselves, for all targets of hate, and we do so now. Boom. And there's the rabbis that put this together. They mean business, y'all. And this is what we have to mean when we get out here. This is what we have to mean. Sounds a lot like our plight, Free. Absolutely. They spot on it. They ain't doing nothing but collecting offerings around here. All the black preachers ain't doing nothing but collecting offerings. That's all they do now. Collect tithes and offerings, building funds. They don't never build shit. Keep them benevolent closets together. Just get in the bag. They're not advocating for the black community out here. And this was one kid. This was one kid, one incident, and nobody stood up for him. Nobody. Not anybody. And now we got this. They here. They might as well be right outside the door of Ann Arbor Public School, because that's the way they came. That's the way they came. Who's that knocking at the door? The whole Jewish community. We should be. We can put 300, 400, 500 people together for a sporting event all day long. But what about this? It don't matter no more. It don't matter no more. A teacher can call a kid nigger in class and they said nothing. Oh yeah, they're going to have a whole agenda where people have to glean to the civil rights bills that were created because of the detrimental fare of black folks. Hell, black folks might be gleaning to the Jewish American agenda that they putting together. They got a plan. They got a plan. And the do-nothings is just doing nothing. Shucking and jiving. Boy, when you want to pull some pastors together, they'll come together for the right reasons. When you want to pull some politicians together, how come ain't none of the local politicians said nothing about this? Black, white, or people of color? How come ain't none of them said nothing? You got Asians on the city council. I think you got a black person on the city council in Ann Arbor too. I haven't confirmed whether he's black or not. You got white folks. You got American Jewish people. You got gay people. You got the whole gamut on city council. How come ain't nobody on city council stepped out and said nothing? Is this just not in their thing? Not in their wheel? They got bigger fish to fry? Seeing that it was a black kid, they don't fry catfish? Fuck out of here. Traumatizing not only the victim, but dozens of other black children. I want to know how many black kids heard it. How many more black kids heard that situation? If you said it to the black kid who said nigger to another black kid, that's at least two. That's at least two right there. How many other black kids were in the class? And ain't no parent said shit. Nothing. Horrible. I'm telling you, just horrible. But that's what we get. That's what we get here. When we got do-nothings out here. Do-nothings. There's the do-nothings and there's the do-somethings. Do-nothing Democrats, they there for the photo ops. They're there to make black folks comfortable enough to shade in that box when they vote. That's why I had to throw your boy in there too. Because look at even what the black GOPs did. They went and laid hands on the president. They went and laid hands on the president at the time. Black pastors laying hands on the president. Down in the bottom right corner, y'all know who that is. That's Bishop Wayne T. Jackson. That's Wayne T. They put a shawl on Donald Trump. They put a shawl on him. Standing in front of the NAACP logo, you know who that is, America's favorite Kenyan. He was not our first African-American president. He is not an African-American by your standards. He is an African and an American, but he is not an African-American. He is not a Native Black American. He is not American freedman. He is not an American black man. He's a Kenyan. His blackness comes from the diaspora. For you red, black, and green motherfuckers for Juneteenth, that's where he comes from. The red, gold, and green, the red, black, and green, and gold. Look at Joe Biden getting held up. Getting held up by Keisha and Raphael. You would think two people named Keisha and Raphael, they would be down by law for American freedmen. I would put my last $3 on Keisha and Raphael. If I'm thinking, who gonna have my back? As a black man, as a black woman, as a black child, who's gonna have my back? Okay, we got a couple of names we got to pick from. We got a couple of names we got to pick from. We got a Keisha, I'll take it. I know Keisha got my back. Keisha's gonna have my back. And then we got a Raphael. Oh man, Raphael? Yeah, I know Raph got me. Raph's got me. I know Raph's got me. Keisha and Raphael advocate for black people pretty much the same way Donald Trump did. Pretty much the same way Barack Obama did. They didn't. Raphael ain't out here advocating for black folks. Keisha didn't advocate for black folks. And then she quit. She quit on black folks. Quit in the middle of her term. Who walks in the middle of a term? I mean, get voted out at least. At least get voted out. She left. She left black ATLians hanging. Hanging. But they'll forgive her. They'll welcome her back. They'll welcome her back. And to know that an 82-year-old is a juggernaut as far as a candidate to run for president, in which if he lasts, he'll walk out at 86. If Joe lasts through another election and makes it a second term, he'll be 86 when it's all done. Joe won't even know he's 86. He won't even know that he's 86. He don't know he's 82. But nah, that's who y'all putting in office now. And everybody behind him. I mean, Trump, he in his 70s. He right behind him, age-wise. And there's a whole bunch of bums coming up on the GOP side. They better hope they get a conviction or they got him linked up to where he can't run. Because I don't believe any of them bums can beat him. None of them, DeSantis included. Chris Christie might be able to challenge him, but he gonna run out of gas. He need to get on a treadmill now. If he gonna try to run for president, I don't even need him talking right now. Put your sweatsuit on, Chris Christie, and get to work. Because you got to be able to stand up on that debate stand and crush him if he's available. He's the only candidate I think is a real threat. Only one. Tim Scott, him and his gums ain't gonna get shit. Larry Elder, come on now. That cheese-eating nigga. I can't even believe that Larry Elder is trying to run again. He knows he ain't gonna get out of California. They just doing this to prop up. Larry Elder knows damn well he ain't gonna get enough white folks to vote for him. Tim Scott ain't gonna get enough white folks to vote for him. And black folks don't like him, like either one of them. So they're not gonna get that 5-6% that Trump got. They won't even like him enough to give them that. They won't even get the 6% black Republican vote. Because even the black Republicans know that Larry Elder and what's the other motherfucker? Tim Scott. Yeah, they know they coons. They do. There's no secret. There is no secret for either one of these bums. And everybody knows this. Everybody knows this. So that was pretty much it. I almost want to just stop this stream and start over, because I don't want this to really be at the back of the stream, but I'm going to get into talking about, I told you I was going to get into talking about some politics. And one of the things that I was focusing on, because it got on my radar, was the upcoming 2024 Sheriff of Washtenaw County race. See, people are starting to sling mud a little bit out here. And if they're going to sling mud, I need to see what's happening. Because I don't mind a little mud slinging. As long as you don't bring in nobody's spouse and nobody's kids and all that stuff, keep it, with the politics. I mean, if spouses and kids come into it, then it's got to stay within the context. But it should never be aimed directly. It should always be about the candidate. It should always be about the candidate. But if it spills off into some family stuff that might have a integrity situation going on, I get it. But I try to stay pretty much away from families and children when politics are concerned. You don't really need to bring them into things. But I definitely want to talk about the sheriff race coming up. It's coming up next year. The primary is really going to be the race because everybody's a Democrat. Republican would not stand a chance running for sheriff or running really for any office in Washtenaw County hoping to get elected. And what's got to come out is who's running, what are they running for, what are they running on, and are they worthy of your vote? See, some people feel like certain people are worthy of the vote because they've just been seeing the familiar faces, but everybody that you see is not worthy. Everybody you see is not worthy. Sometimes people that you don't see them because they out here doing stuff. See, some people like to be dancing all up in the videos. You seeing their faces on buses and billboards. But hold on one second. But their substance is not there, but they're being carried through because they've been around and they're a familiar face. Some people get voted in on basic familiarity, not what they are, not what they can do, not what they're going to do, not what they've done, just because you know who they are. Some people can get voted in. That's how shallow these people are in Washtenaw County. And I know a lot of the white women voter groups around Washtenaw County are getting swooned by Derrick Jackson. But wait till all this integrity shit comes out. Because I don't think they know the Draconian Jackson. And I'm just going to throw that out there right now. The Draconian Jackson. He's going to be Draconian Jackson now. Now that he done called somebody else Draconian, he going to be Draconian. He going to be Draconian Jackson. Draconian no action Jackson. All up in the videos, stuttering and dancing. There's a liability with Derrick Jackson becoming sheriff. There is a huge liability, and we're going to break it all down brick by brick. Him becoming sheriff is dangerous in Washtenaw County. I know he's a face y'all seen. I know he's the name y'all know, but he's detrimental. He's detrimental, Derrick. He's detrimental, Draconian Derrick Jackson. But nobody's really talking about that. They keep parading around here like all is well, all is good. No, all is fucking criminal. There's some criminal activity going on at the WCSO and ain't nobody talking about it. But Kathy Wyatt up in everybody's business. I wonder if I can get Kathy Wyatt to come on and answer some questions. Is Kathy Wyatt using her power with the Washtenaw County Democratic Party to push Derrick Jackson? Is she asking Washtenaw County Democratic voters, do they want a Derrick Jackson for sheriff sign in their lawn like she used to do for Jerry? Because that's what she used to do for Jerry. She would do the double up. She's working for the Democratic Party, but she's campaigning for Jerry at the same time. That's immoral. That's illegal. And flat out just against the rules. It's just against the rules. But who makes the rules? I'm telling you.
By to see you a little early, but you went home.
Came by to see you a little earlier, but you wasn't home. Yeah. Came by to see you a little earlier, but you wasn't home. Y'all remember that one?
By to see you a little early, but you went home.
Jerry's in his 15th year at the helm. He's been in his 15 catastrophic year at the helm. And I know some people got some good things to say about Jerry, and okay, I get it. Maybe he hasn't been all bad, just 93% bad. 87%. He's definitely hasn't been 50% bad. Most of his tenure has been detrimental and costly to the county. And he taxed in the county with the Cardinal Group, using them as a financial sled. Sorry. So if you back in Jerry, that means you back in Derrick. Okay, I get it. So we coming for anybody that's going to be ignorant. We coming for anybody that's going to be ignorant. In my world, substance moves shit. Substance. But in a democratic world, just got to make you feel good. It's got to make it look good. It's got to make it seem good. You ain't got to make it be good, especially for the black folks. Just smile at them. Go to their churches. Do a couple back to school giveaways. You know. Do some 3-on-3 basketball tournaments. Pacification. Pacification. What do you want to be when you grow up? Oh, I don't know. Does anybody know? Does anybody care? Y'all just trying to keep them kids? Whose 16-year-old was that shot up KFC? People up there trying to get buckets of chicken and mashed potatoes and potato wedges and whatnot. and he's up there with a pop gun shooting at cars. And why did that little boy run inside? Didn't he know that that was kind of the end of his day? Was he in there eating when the police showed up? Did he order a 2-piece biscuit meal after he popped off in the parking lot? He didn't run. He went inside and ordered some food. Whose little dummy was that? And these kids will stop doing dumb shit if the parents get prosecuted too. Parents are culpable. Get a ass a case too. Negligent parenting. First degree. So yeah, we gonna get on that, because when I see people get out here and get the name calling, let me bring this up, because this is what it's about. I'm literally, did I do that? There we go. Let's add this to the thing. And I'm gonna get ready to close. Point of being here on, because my video's too long. Shannon, your video would be too long. Oh, which one was really long? Oh, you know that one you did on? No, I don't. They're all long. You're lying. You don't watch them. So yeah, this situation here that came about from Draconian Jackson. A vote in one direction is a step backwards into a draconian Washtenaw County style of policing. And a vote in the polar opposite of that is romantic, utopian, and fanciful at best. But a vote for Jackson is a healthy and practical choice for everyone of Washtenaw County. He sounds like a piece of fruit. But a vote for Jackson is a healthy and practical choice. As opposed to what? As opposed to Jerry? And to be able to paint your opponents in such a negative fashion without any type of real substance. That's why we're going to break his light-skinned ass down. And when I say we, it's just me and a couple other people who've helped me with the information. The facts on about Jackson. A vote in one direction is a step to backwards into is to step. Oh, I messed all that up. Let me get it right, because I know Derek Jackson didn't write this. For one, I know he didn't write this. I think it's that little white girl that he got working in his campaign that also works for the sheriff's department. So she pulling double duty by working on his campaign, probably on office hours like Kathy Wyatt was doing for Jerry, and like Derek Jackson was doing for Jerry, and Marvin Gundy was doing for Jerry, and Greg Dill was doing for Jerry, and Jerry's doing for Jerry. A vote in one direction. Maybe Mike Potasic wrote this. He writes all of Jerry's shit. Jerry don't write none of his speeches. Jerry don't write nothing but the name on the back of his county check. That undersheriff writes all his stuff. Jerry ain't wrote nothing in 15 years. Can Jerry even write? I ain't seen his degree on his wall. Seen a whole bunch of certificates of completion. Well, what's this award for? Oh, this is for Dart Champion. Oh, this is for, whatever. Farthest throw at the county sheriff field day. What's all them damn certificates and shit for? He got that big ass football helmet on his credenza. Did Jerry even play? Did he actually play, or did he ride the oak? I don't even really remember Jerry playing. I remember coaching with him. I coached with him in Huron back in the early 90s, him and T. Wood, all them. Yeah, we go way back. I ain't like him then. Yeah, he's Jerry Jr. He's Jerry Jr. Yeah. Willie Tyler and molester. A vote in one direction is to step backwards into a draconian Washtenaw County style of policing. And a vote in the polar opposite of that is romantic, utopian, and fanciful at best. It sounds like you're reading one of those Harlequin romance novels. Romantic and utopian and fanciful at best. Don't no man write no shit like that. That's moist as fuck. But a vote for Jackson is a healthy and practical choice for everyone in Washtenaw County. Yeah. Not anybody coming out of a reentry program. We know you got eyes for them ones in the reentry program, D. You like them when they're a little vulnerable, D. You like them when they're down on their knuckles, D. That's kind of tough messing with people when they're down on their knuckles. Then you make them get on all fours, D. Whatever. Draconian. So I'll just end with that. McGee for sheriff in 2024. Ken McGee. We're going to break down Ken's resume. We're going to break down Derek Jackson's resume, and we'll even break down Alicia Dyer's resume. Now, I really don't have no shade to throw at Alicia Dyer. I don't have anything against Alicia. I had a good conversation with Alicia a few months back over a cup of coffee. I have nothing against her. I don't support her. And I told her that I wouldn't be giving her my support, but it wasn't no hard feelings. I want police policing, and I want social workers social working. That's what I need. Derek ain't never put the cuffs on nobody but somebody in the police academy and maybe his girlfriend or wife. I don't know if they got married or not. They banging out babies, so I figure they did, you know. He's probably made her an honest woman. Hopefully she's been able to stay up and stay clean and everything like that after coming out of the program. But this Sunday, it's a very important thing. At the Grace Fellowship Church, House of Solutions, Christian Life Center, because the church is one thing, and then the Christian Life Center is the other thing, and that's where we're actually having the Father's Day Freedom Feast. The Father's Day Freedom Feast, we're celebrating all fathers. We're celebrating fathers, grandfathers, father figures. Men who've taken care of kids, men who are taking care of kids today. Oh, well, I really want the elders, and I really want the young fathers in there. The ones that's in the middle, they probably not gonna fuck with this because they still active with their family. But we hope we get as many fathers out on all levels. But I really want to see the elders out, and I want to talk to some of these young fathers out here and talk about the importance of staying in their kids' lives as young fathers. As young fathers. So if y'all know a young father, y'all know a 20-something father. I even said if you know a teenage father, bring them out. Bring them out. They deserve the same respect as an elder. If they produce life, they need to be embraced and have that build with other fathers and grandfathers and father figures. Bring them out. This is going on Sunday. There's a worship service at the church at 11 o'clock, but we're going to be doing seating for the lunch at 12:30, and serving begins at 1 o'clock. We have a whole bunch of good food. We have a whole bunch of stuff that I really don't eat. You know, there's going to be some meats. There's going to be some macaroni and cheese. I don't do that. I think we live up in the air still about the potato salad, but there's going to be some greens. There's going to be some yams. You know, there's going to be some salads. There's going to be, you know, like we'll have some hors d'oeuvres. We're going to have some desserts, you know. But we're going to feed our brethren. We're going to salute and celebrate our fathers. Shout out to my brother, Josh McAllister, for helping put this on with 2 Marines and the Christian Life Center. Shout out to Pastor Powell, who's the pastor of the Grace Fellowship Church. And shout out to Frederick Douglass, Thurgood Marshall, and of course, Nat Turner. My inspirations. I want liberation. Okay? I want liberation. This is what I want. I want freedom for our people. I'm going to always ride for our people. And you build with people like this. You build with them this way. Let's just come together. This no strings attached. Just bring an empty belly and an open heart. I'm going to be looking for folks to share stories about their fatherhood. Absolutely. We're going to talk more. We're going to talk on Nat Turner. We're going to talk on Thurgood Marshall. We're going to talk on Frederick Douglass and other American freedmen. Because we've done stuff out here and it doesn't get that play. Because when I speak on repair, when I speak on redress, when I speak on recompense, when I speak on reparations, I'm not speaking from a downtrodden state. Give us our shit. That's the state I'm speaking from. Everybody else asks for it. Some people don't even ask for it and they get it. But no, give us our shit. And whether that's local or federal, give us what we deserve. The demand should be being made by the collective. But we can't even get the collective to stand up for a kid who gets called nigger all day by a substitute teacher who used to be a permanent teacher. See, I still want to know about her record. Was she greasy when she was in there on full time? I want to know. I want to know how she got back in the paint if she had a suspect past. But we ain't got nobody talking about it, so it's probably gonna get washed up under the rug. Because now Ann Arbor Public School, they got the American Jewish community at their helmet, so they probably ain't gonna do nothing for this situation. The American Jewish Collective is at their helmet, and they're gonna be at their helmet probably until next school year. Till they see the change. Make that change. Make that change. Yeah. So, Juneteenth is coming up. Y'all already know. A lot of y'all messing with them wrong colors out there. I told you I'm going to let y'all ride. I'm really not going to cook y'all the way I was cooking y'all before. The fact that you come in with a good open heart, we can educate you on the colors later. Just come with a good open heart, and we speaking on American freedmen. I'm not speaking on the diaspora, because the diaspora didn't get freed in 1865 and beyond. American freedmen did. Now, if y'all want to talk that diaspora talk, go on and put your kente cloth on and get on over to Ghana. Go on get. Just letting you know.
A problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
Yeah. Heard that.
A problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
They should have had this. They should have had this drop ready right when he said that.
Did you say nigger?
Right when Joe Biden said that. Right when he said that.
A problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black.
Somebody should have just came across and said,
What did you say, nigger?
That's what they should have did. But they didn't do that. Nobody checked Joe Biden about that. If you got a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, you ain't black. Joe Biden still ain't walked that back. Nobody put no pressure on him to walk that back. Yep. And here he stands. Well, most of the time, if he ain't tripping over salt bags and shit like that. Whatever. Sandbags, salt bags. It is what it is. So if you're in the Washington County area and you are a father, you know a father, you are welcome to come to this lunch. Come with an open heart and an empty belly, and you shall be not removed. What was that song? I shall not be moved. Yeah, you won't not be moved. I forgot that song. I done forgot more gospel songs than I ever thought I would. We shall not be moved, whatever. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. I don't really have any more to say on any of this that I've said tonight. Ann Arbor Public Schools, get off y'all ass and start doing the right thing by us. We know you gonna be in trouble with the American Jewish community. We get it. They at the door, knocking, emailing, texting. They mean business. YCS, y'all have done the whole community a disservice by going dark on this situation with Crystal Harding and all of the other problems in YCS. Crystal Harding right now is at the front of the dome. I get it. But there are so many other problems in YCS. They're being masked, they're being hidden, they're being ignored. Therefore, the kids are suffering. So you got to understand, I don't give a shit about the superintendent. I don't care nothing about none of the principals. I don't care nothing about none of the teachers. When it all comes down to the students not succeeding. Now, on the other hand, I love the teachers. I love the administrators. I love all the administrators who advocate for us and advocate fairly. See, I included everybody. I said us and fairly. It just amazes me how we can have all these black folks in high positions in YCS and they are going against the grain, all the way against the grain on this one. How do you go against somebody that's been in the school system since 1987? What are you saying? What are you doing? It's deplorable. Do nothings. Do nothings. Do nothings. Sick of y'all. So until the next video, y'all be good out here. I appreciate anybody that's checked it out on the Villager on Deck channel. If you did check it out on the Villager on Deck channel, I appreciate you subscribing to that channel. I appreciate you doing a thumbs up on that channel. Got to start building some algorithm love over there on the Villager on Deck channel. This thing only works if you help me work it. And I appreciate everybody that's been out here telling me, talk that shit, Shannon, talk that shit. I was at some open houses on the weekend. People was, showing the love because everybody can't say stuff. I get it. They can't say stuff publicly. They can't get in the chats. I get it. But people that I had no idea was listening. People that I had no idea was hearing me. And I appreciate that. And I appreciate them acknowledging it. I don't look at them as a situation like, hey, you're not real supportive because you don't support me publicly. When they come up, that's worth 10 likes. That's worth 10 follows. Keep talking, Shannon. You doing the right thing. You telling the truth. It's a beautiful thing. That's love. And I can't expect nothing more. People that call out the shots on people who deserve it, they just ain't around like they used to be. Now you just got a whole bunch of social climbers. People want to social climb. And you, I want to be the only nigga in the room, niggas. Okay. Y'all days is numbered anyway. They about to replace y'all. They about to replace y'all with some immigrants and maybe some illegals. Because y'all want to be the only niggas in the room. Yeah. You about to be the only niggas in the room. You about to be only niggas in the room. You're about to get us boxed in. That's why we got to tear this whole democratic structure down. Because if you're a black politician and you're Democrat and you coming for the black vote, but you're not advocating for black people, your ass got to go. I'm not voting based on melanin no more. That got me nowhere for 8 years with the light-skinned Kenyan. Never again. And some of y'all Washtenaw County bootlicks, y'all not going to get my vote either unless you start advocating for black folks. Y'all know who you is. I ain't going to name you tonight. We got too late in this video to start naming names, but we going to come back with that. We going to come back with that. Because they know I'm telling the truth too. A lot of them I done talked to online, on the streams. They know where I come from, and they know where I'm going. And if I had something wrong with the message, they'd be letting people know. But they know I'm on point too. They know I'm on point too. I couldn't be called the Villager on Deck I couldn't be called that if I wasn't on point. And I know I'm on point. And I appreciate the people that know I'm on point. And I appreciate the lurkers. I appreciate y'all lurkers. Y'all good. Y'all good. I kept asking y'all about the skilled trades fair over at the Men Like Us place. Nobody came back. Nobody said nothing. Now I done got the news about it. I'm good with it. Because I got families that's out here that was looking for some information on that. And I told them we're going to have to go another direction on that. Which is okay. Because every kid ain't going to a PWI. I already said every kid's not going to community college. Every kid's not going to an HBCU. And every kid's not going to go to a trade school. Some of these kids need these apprenticeship programs. Jump in with these journeymen and jump in with these skilled tradesmen. But they need them to be serious about their business because these kids are already vulnerable. So you can't take a kid that's vulnerable and then not do right by them. You don't get a second chance with some of these kids. Don't y'all want to stop recidivism? I want to stop exiting society so we don't have to worry about entering society again and then recidivism. Y'all wore the hell out of that damn word the first quarter of the year. Recidivism, recidivism, recidivism. Is crime down yet? Okay. I get it. So yeah, let's do what we need to do out here as people. Ask people about our collective. Let's just do what we need to do. Don't let nothing stand in the way of you doing the right thing about your collective. Just don't. If that's what you're gonna do, if you gonna let people keep you from doing what you're supposed to do out here, don't jump in these spaces of elections and appointments. Because you're public property now. I'm going to do a collage of the Black Washtenaw County politicians, and we'll talk about them next. We'll talk about them, break them down, even the white ones, especially the white ones that come for the black vote, especially the white ones that black folks think that are really for them. They love them. They love them because they giving them a little bit more on their bridge cards and whatnot. I get it. They probably part of that collective that's giving up the $528 a month to low income or moderate income families to do nothing with. I get it. I see y'all. Y'all ain't slick. It just ain't in my mind.
In my mind.
So we're going to do what we're going to do. We're going to step out of here. Because if I don't step out of here, I can't step back in here. But it's all good. Appreciate you, Free, keeping the chat live. Appreciate you, Kai Stone. You came through earlier. I know there was other people that dipped in and out of here. But my main thing at this point is to make sure that the do-nothings get run down by the do-somethings. And I would hope that the do-somethings become us. We can band together when it's something goofy. Now we got to band together when it's something that we want to be great. If we don't, we're done. We are done. And then we'll be standing at the end of the hallway waiting for him to get out of jail. We're going to be waiting for him to get out of jail. And you know exactly what you're going to say.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
Yeah, that's exactly what you're going to say. And in 3 years, you're going to be doing this again.
I know that ain't who I think it is.
Recidivism.
You know, this revolution is filled with so many ironies, really. First, you tell us that it is manly to keep your word, right? If you are a man, you keep your word. And now all of the black people in this country are demanding, and even the black people in the whole world are demanding, is that you keep your word. You told us we were free. Well, then show us that we're free. You told us that there is justice, equality for all in this country. Well, then stick to your word and let us see the justice and equality for all. Or else admit to us that you're
I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm gonna do something that's only gonna benefit black people. No.
If you give us equal ground, that we will match you and we will override you.
I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm gonna do something that's only gonna benefit black people. No. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm gonna do something that's only gonna benefit black people. No.
I know that ain't who I think it is.